property that just sold by you for 212, but that's all fixed up, you know, like flipped, like really high end stuff. There's another one that sold for 201 off of Smith Street. So, you know, if I look at my numbers, let me see here. Let me just pull it up real quick. I don't want to take too much of your time. I pull up my numbers again. Okay, so I think all fixed up, your property is worth 200 because that's what the, you know, the fixed up properties are going for. Yeah, I would have to be around, you know, if I'm paying the closing costs, you know, there's no agent commission, so there's nothing out of your pocket. It's pretty much all net to you. You know, like I said, I need to be around 104, 105.
Yeah, I mean, that gives me no closing costs, nothing. That's like 30 grand down payment. It's like we're looking for houses that are around 200,000, and then you start talking about realtor fees and all of that. That's 40 grand plus closing costs, 45. Just right outside. If you could do like 120, I'd be willing to do it.
120.
120. I have some money saved in the bank that I could help, but that's usually, you know, like I'm going to put a sentence or I'm buying some a new washer dryer or EIO to the property.
Do you have any photos of the inside? Because the reason my numbers are where they are is just based on, you know, our discussion and the rehab costs. But do you have any photos of the inside, like you could send your way, and that might be able to kind of change some numbers on the rehab, because it kind of boils down to that.
I mean, I could take photos. I mean, it's got to be cluttered because right now I'm in the process of boxing stuff up, trying to make my house not look cluttered. But in that process, you know, you put all your books and everything in the desk away, and then you got knickknacks just sitting out because that doesn't go with books, you know.
I gotcha. Yeah, any photos will make sense. Like, I don't care about the clutter. I just need to figure out, like, you know, what's the inside look like? Is there any holes in the roof? If there's any holes in the drywall, is there any leaks in the, you know, just to make sure I know what I'm doing, whether it's like a cosmetic flip, like just like a updating the kitchens and bathrooms, or it needs a lot more work. So that'll help at least get a perspective of how much money I need to spend.
Yeah, I don't have any major holes anywhere. I have one hole where they put a cable in before I moved in, and instead of fixing it, I just put a bookshelf in front of it, but that can easily be covered with a panel. I was going to fix that myself. Yeah, I can take photos.
Okay. Yeah, and I could run some numbers on my end. You said the lowest you could go, or you'd feel more confident at, you said like 110, or you said 120?
120, yeah.
Okay, let me see here. 120K. Okay, let me run some numbers. But in the meantime, definitely send over some photos so I can run some numbers. More than likely, I would say, you know, list it, you know, get your price on the market minus the agent commission and, you know, the closing costs. You'll probably net a little bit more. But if you want, you know, the easy button of just not having to go on market, have people in and out of your house, you know, you'll definitely have to pay for the convenience. But I could see if that number looks good for my end.
All right. Just send it to the text message, this number that called?
Yeah. Yeah, you can send it. You know, just send it on your cell phone. This one receives messages. It's my cell. Or photos, I mean.
Okay.
Awesome, Colin. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. See ya. Bye. What's up, Caesar? Let's see here.
Oh, forgot I was on mute. What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. Just trying to get back in the swing of things.
Dude, I was on earlier. Literally the first 15-20 minutes I was on mute and I had no idea.
Like shit. Like no one told me.
And then I wasn't watching the comments and I was like, bro, you're on mute.
That's so funny.
I'm like, my God. I got in late last night, so I was so tired this morning. So
you're back home?
Back home now, yeah.
Hence the Hawaii?
Hence the beanie and the sweater, bro.
Right? Not the flip-flops and the tank top?
No more board shorts and flip flops.
Oh, dude, that's a life. That's a life, man. You know you love Hawaii when you just go to Costco with flip flops on.
Yep.
Feel good to be back home though.
Good to be back home.
Nice.
Besides the fact that it's cold as hell, which I don't really like.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the ability to skip trace right now for free or no?
Just True People search. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who are these guys?
Yeah. Okay, 4-day call. Get pics. Trying to get back in the mood. It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was that one. 4-day call. They send photos. It's like with that one, their price is, ARV's 200K. He's looking to get at least 120. Like it sounds like it's okay number, but if he's going to list it on the market for 135, that tells me that a cash price has to be way lower than 120 then.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, I just said, send me some photos. Because there's no point to like run numbers, like I got 30K worth of rehab. If he sends me photos and it looks really clean, I might be able to do the 120. But, if the photos prove different, 30K worth of rehab, I need to be at 104, 105. Yeah. It's like a deal that's like, if I work a little bit harder, I might be able to get it, but more than likely it's better to go on market for him. So it's like,
Oh, I see.
see 4-day call.
Excuse
Getting
me.
sick.
Oh yeah, that's why I needed it. I need to get some emergency right now. When you're traveling and you just feel it. That's all.
Yeah, all the germs, everyone fucking touching everything. Yeah, let's call Alvin.
Hello.
Hello, Alvin.
Yeah.
Hey, Alvin, this is Brandon Clarke. We talked a few weeks ago about your property. Did you end up selling it already?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, how things been going? Have you got any good offers, or how's the selling going?
We're not getting any right now.
Or not? What price are you guys trying to get for the property?
350.
350. Okay. How did you come up with that number?
Well,
I looked up on the computer, and this was like 2 months ago or so. And all the houses in this area in general are running like 393.
Okay. Let me see here.
That was a couple months ago.
Gotcha. And I think I got everything correct as far as square footage, but is it a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, about 2,000 square feet?
It's 3-bedroom and a bath and a half.
Oh,
And then the master bedroom, you just have a toilet, shower, and a sink.
okay. How's the condition on the inside? I see some photos on Zillow. Just a few photos of like the bathroom and the.
Painted the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because the house had been sitting for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
It had that smell in it, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So we had the house painted, and then they took the refrigerator out, and we had to buy a new refrigerator. The hot water heater was not up to code,
Mm-hmm.
and I found the hot water heater. The water heater was gas, so you can burn it.
Mm-hmm.
So-
I see. So,
But as far as the deck, it has a whole deck on the bath, but
mhm.
it needs to be completely replaced
Okay.
if you want to keep it like that.
Yeah, because I was looking at that. I was looking at that neighborhood over there, and I see, some properties that are similar to yours. The square footage and the bedroom count, and I see everything selling over there for like 290, 185. So I'm just trying to figure out. Have you reached out to maybe a real estate agent to help you list it for that higher price?
I went to, you ever heard of Open Home?
Like Open Door?
Open Door.
Yeah.
Open Door.
Mm-hmm.
They are interested, they said.
Yeah. Have they sent anyone out there to walk the property and check it out?
No, they were supposed to come. That was Home Light that was supposed to come last week, but they didn't show up or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the problem for me is, the price you're looking for is pretty much over market value. So as an investor, I need to buy a property, put some money into it, resell it on the market, or maybe put some renters in there. So, for me to buy your house at above market price, it doesn't make sense. So, I would suggest maybe go on the market with a real estate agent. Are you guys in a rush to sell, or you have some time?
We want to be out by the 1st.
By the 1st of December or January 1st?
January.
January. Okay. Have you guys picked out the property you're moving into, or what are you guys going to? So you sell this house. What's next? You just take the money and start looking for another house, or what are you guys doing?
No, we're gonna rent because I'm disabled.
Okay.
And my benefit works every day, so it got to be too much for us.
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me that last time, and you need some,
Yeah.
an easier house.
Sir?
Yeah, you need something more easier to walk around with.
Well, I mean, with history stuff, not mine.
Mm-hmm.
Just stuff, sir.
I gotcha.
Being disabled, doing something even little is hard.
Oh man.
You know what I mean?
So you're just looking for a smaller house, easier to move around. Yeah, because I'm looking at that area. If you're looking to sell the house by the 1st, I could definitely help you. But if I'm gonna buy it cash and put some money in the property, and there's no agent commissions on your end, and nothing out of pocket, that 350, that's a hard price to come up to as an investor. I would have to be lower.
Okay.
Um,
Isn't that 279?
you're looking
That's
at
what we owe.
you owe 279.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We bought it in 22.
Oh, you just bought the property?
And 2022, then And we find now there's too much left.
I gotcha. Okay, so
So
you have a property that you owe a good amount on. I would recommend, okay, so you're trying to get 279, and that's your mortgage payoff?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
okay,
I really asked you that, but
okay. And you did a loan mod, I believe. I remember us talking about.
yeah, I did a loan modification.
Okay. Okay. So, for a cash offer, investors like me need to be a lot lower, just because, we're trying to run a business, but, that would not help you because you still have a mortgage to pay off. So my advice to you is maybe list it on the market, just kind of get your price and see, maybe you can find a buyer that wants to live in the property and maybe get a loan. Another solution I have that I can help you as an investor is to possibly just take over your mortgage. But I definitely recommend maybe going with a real estate agent first before we, kind of discuss that option. But you guys
don't want to use the real estate.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out, if to get your price, you need to go on the market. You're asking for a lot of money, and for that area, that's quite difficult. What happens if you don't get your price? Would you just stay there and just kind of wait, or?
No, we'll move it.
Okay. Yeah, because that price is kind of high since you just bought it. As an investor, it's going to be a hard deal to buy. You're pretty much looking for someone that wants to live in the property. So I'm trying to figure out, the solution I have is just to take over your mortgage as an option if you do not want to go with a real estate agent. That's kind of like the only tool I have in my tool belt if cash doesn't work.
Okay. I understand.
Has anyone talked to you about maybe taking over your mortgage yet?
One other person, but
Is that
it's called and called, but they didn't get deep yet.
I gotcha. Because I remember I believe I sent you like a video or some information about seller financiers, taking over the mortgage, and you said you would have to talk to your fiance about it. Yeah, because owing that much money, the options are going on market with a real estate agent, but it sounds like you don't want to, and you don't have a lot of time to sell the property. So maybe discuss with your fiance about taking over your mortgage. And that's a way to get out of the property and to sell to an investor without losing money.
I got you. But by the time you fix this up, they'll probably sell for $450.
You think it'll sell for $450?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me see. I'm looking at my software and I just don't see that price. I see houses selling for 290, 120. Let me see what's going on market. Let me see. By you. Kind of see what the market's going for. Okay, so you're looking, even Zillow says your price is, your house is worth 300 if it was all fixed up. Let's see, for sale by you.
It's a little over half acres, so.
Oh, really? Okay.
And the area to your right, as you're looking at it on the internet, where the shed is in the front yard, there's a fence that goes around that area right there. And there's a dip in the street if you wanted to rent that part out like a trailer or something.
And you said how many acres? Was it a half acre?
A little over half acre.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm looking on Zillow right now. There's about 4 properties by you on the market. One is going for $245. That one looks really nice inside. It's smaller though, smaller than your house. 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,400 square feet. Yours is about 2,000, so a little bit smaller, but that one's only selling for 245, and it's been on the market for 140 days.
It's 2,028
What's that?
square feet.
Oh, that's
2,028
correct. Okay. Yeah, I'm just.
square feet, I believe.
I gotcha. Yeah, I just think as an investor, my cash offer will not work because you have that loan to pay off. So I would just recommend maybe going with a real estate agent because that price is going to be really hard to get, especially in a short time.
Well, I need to buy me a car that I can drive.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
Is there? Okay, so you're going to sell the house and you're going to rent the next house. If I took over your mortgage, how much money do you need in your pocket, like just to get going for that next? You're going to rent. You want some money in your pocket. I'm thinking if you go on market, that's going to be hard to sell just based on that area. I want to say, you could sell it on the market and maybe get a price, but you might be waiting for, 6 months. I could take over your mortgage and put some money in your pocket so you can make that move a lot faster. It's just be something that you and your wife would have to talk about
Yes, sir.
as an option because cash is hard for your property. I don't think anyone would come up to that price. So being on market would be a good option. But you would have to get a real estate agent and you don't want to. So another alternative is just take over that mortgage. So I feel like that's the only option I have to like kind of help you sell the house as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of in like a rock on a hard place. You just bought the house. You don't have much equity. So if you sell it on the market, you might have to come out of pocket. I see it all the time. It's hard for someone that just bought a house to resell it again. There's a lot of cost associated with it.
Well, we didn't know it was going to be this hard.
Yeah. I would talk to your wife. I could definitely help you, but as far as purchasing the property cash, it's gonna be hard. I would suggest going on market. But it sounds like you guys are in a rush.
My health got worse when we bought this thing.
Oh yeah, you got more sicker.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that's kind of like the only options I have to help. Would taking over your mortgage help you? You'll be able to get out of the property possibly in a few weeks if we went this route.
Yeah. Yeah, let me talk to her, see what she says.
Yeah, and let me resend you that video.
Come to a happy medium somewhere.
Yeah, because I'd love to help you and buy the house and all that stuff, but I can't buy every house. Some deals are not a good deal for me, but I at least like to help people, like give them some good advice. And for your price, you have to go on market with a real estate agent. If you don't have that amount of time, taking over your mortgage is a solution that I can help you with. It's just, it has to be the solution that you and your wife want to do.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll send you that.
You gotta have, what is it? One first month's rent and last month's rent.
Yeah.
I'd be positive to get in.
Yeah, I could possibly just take over your mortgage and maybe put some money in your pocket to help you move out of the property, get into the next property or the rental like you're talking about. So I would talk to your wife. I'll send you that video and just see how you guys feel. Like I said, going on market is probably the best solution, but it sounds like you don't have a lot of time. So just talk to her about maybe taking over your mortgage. And if that sounds like an option that you guys want to visit, we could jump on a call and kind of go over the numbers to see if, we're a good fit for each other. But the main point is just talking over with each other and see if it's a good solution, because on market's the best way to get the most money. But if that's not a choice, I do have another option.
Right.
It's just, maybe we could talk about it once you talk to your fiance. And if you want some more information, I'd happy to go into that as a solution compared to going on market.
I hear you.
But yeah, Alvin,
want to move in to the Bernie.
you're looking to move to what area?
Livonia.
Livonia. And that's, how far is that away?
About 15 minutes.
Oh, not too bad.
Maybe 20.
I gotcha.
That ain't too far.
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, talk to your fiance to see if maybe this could be a solution. Maybe watch the video together with each other. And if this is something that you maybe want to explore, I'm happy to jump on the phone. You know, of course, going on the market, you'll get your price, but you might have to wait a long time. So, you know, kind of go over the pros and cons of going on market versus just taking over a mortgage. And, you know, if that sounds like an option, I'm happy to jump on a.
Well, I never did this before, so
yeah.
You know, it'll be my first time selling a house cash straight out.
Yeah, so you know, cash is pretty quick. It's quick and dirty. You know, I buy your house cash. I give you your price. I pay for all the closing costs, and I don't care about the rehab. So it's quick and dirty. But with the price you're looking to get for your house, it's quite difficult because you just bought the property. So there's not a lot of wiggle room on your end. So a cash option is kind of hard for an investor. You're pretty much looking for a family that could buy the property and maybe get a loan. And that is the way to do that, is to go on market with an agent to get your price, to attract a buyer that can get a loan and slap a loan on this property and pay you that higher price, if that makes sense.
Well, man, open door does it all.
Yeah, so
they buy your house and then they help you find the house that you need to rent or live in or whatever.
No, totally.
They
and
help you do that. So.
Yeah, and Open Door's a great company, but they'll buy properties at a deep discount. So, you know, they'll make an appointment to come out to the property. They'll say, hey, we could give you this price, but we need to walk the property. They'll walk the property and they'll nickel and dime you for everything. Like, oh, we need to get new flooring, we need to get new windows, we need to paint, we need to do this and this and this. So they'll give you a original number, but by the time they give you a contract, it's for a lot less. And with you owing $279, and the property is only worth maybe $290, $280, you know, if you went on the market, or $300, they're not going to buy it because you don't have any equity to go down to their price, if you know what I mean.
Well, there's low equity in it, but not much.
Yeah. And by the time you pay for closing costs and agent commissions on the market, you know, you're back to square one, you know. And Open Door will definitely give you a lower price. I guarantee it. It's just, they have to walk the property. Then they're going to tell you how much they need to rehab the property. And it's going to be probably around an offer price of maybe $200K, I bet. Yeah. Yeah, so they're going to be a lot lower. And like I said, going on market would be the best, but it sounds like you guys don't have time.
Yeah. Well, let me talk to her, sir.
Yeah. And if you
send me on, had you sent last time text, right?
Yeah, I'll text you right after this phone call. I'll text you my name, and I'll send you that video. And talk to your wife, talk to your fiance, and tell her going on market is the best way to get your price, but it's going to take a while.
Well, I think if we get enough over to do the deposits, if we got we got 4 dogs.
Oh, you got 4 dogs?
Yeah, so they charge for that.
Yeah, they'll nickel and dime for everything. So, you know, talk to your fiance about possibly taking over your mortgage so you're able to get out of the property and not come out of pocket. And I can maybe put some money in your pocket to help you get into that next property. It's just we have to do the numbers. You know, if you guys,
I'm military, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm a veteran.
Oh, cool. What branch were you in?
Army.
Oh, nice. I was in the Marines.
Yeah. I'm only in for.
I was in for 3.5 years. I got injured at SEER school. I fucked up my back, so I couldn't fly in helicopters anymore.
The one also.
No, I wasn't an officer. I was in the back. I was a crew chief member, so I was enlisted. So I was just in the back. What did you do in the Army?
Yeah, I was an E6.
Oh, nice.
I was in 10th Mountain Group, Fort Drum, New York.
Oh, nice. When did you get out? How long did you serve?
I got out in 1990.
1990. Nice.
Went in 1974.
Long time.
About 16 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Got cut out on federal budget cut.
Oh man, you got out like honorable and all that.
Yeah.
That's good. And that next property you're gonna rent and not use a VA loan.
Yeah, we're gonna rent. They take care of the repairs of the house or whatever.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier than owning a property.
We don't have a lot of repairs here, but you know, you can get what is it, Choice, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the best one myself. For a warranty, in case something breaks down in your house, they come and fix it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and your property.
Warranty.
Yeah, your property in Texas, it looks like a nice property. Like it looks ready to go. It's just the price you're looking to get is really hard for an investor. It's more for on market where the real estate agent.
Well, I understand for an investor.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah. You know, it looks.
But what you're offering is pretty good. I'll talk to her and see what happens.
Yeah, and watch that YouTube video. I'll send it your way. Then I'll just give you a call I'll call you Friday and see how things are going and which direction you want to go. And if possibly taking over your mortgage is a good situation for you guys and us to move forward.
She's going out of town for Thanksgiving.
Oh, cool. So maybe
she's going to Arkansas to spend Thanksgiving with her family, and then she's going to spend Christmas here with us.
Okay. When's the next time you're going to talk to her about the property and what to do?
Later this evening.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send you my name and that video on, what, taking over the mortgage would look like. And if you guys think it's a good option to move forward, I would just need a copy of your mortgage statement so I could run the numbers, like your balance, your payoff, your interest rate, how much your mortgage payment is a month. And once I have that, I could just figure out the numbers and I could decide how much I could put down in your pocket to help you move out. And once we get the numbers, we could just run the numbers and see if it's a good fit for each other. But I'll send you that video and you guys take a look at it and I'll call back. How's Friday sound?
Usually Fridays are pretty busy.
Okay. When should I?
Call the weekend. So let's see, what day is Tuesday of next week?
Tuesday next week? I can do that. I'll call back Tuesday.
What day is that?
Let me see here. Tuesday next week. That is today's the 18th. Tuesday 26th.
26th.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good day, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I'll call back Tuesday. Then I'll send you that video. Then we could chat to see what solutions are good and maybe I could help you out.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Sounds like a plan, Alvin. You have a great day and we'll chat next week.
All right, Brandon.
Take care. Talk soon. Bye-bye. What's up, guys? What's up, Noah? Okay, so that one, That one's hard. He wants above ARV, but he has the mortgage. He'll never get that price. The only option on this one is sub 2. So I'll send him the video. See if he likes it. I'll check back in. I'm not really thinking this will go through. It's more on like just pitching and working on my pitch. I don't think this deal will go through because they want so much, but we'll see. Okay, so let me go to the next one. Write some notes. November 18th. Sub 2 deal. Talk to fiance about it. Yes, spoke. I will call you next Tuesday to discuss. Oh, this is next Tuesday.
Brandon,
What's up, bro?
I'm gonna send you one of our deals. See if you have a buyer for it.
Cool.
It's a sub 2
Where
deal.
at?
San Marcos.
Texas?
San Marcos, Texas. Yeah, I keep forgetting that it's San Marcos. Yeah.
That's like San Marcos, California. I went there.
Just put it on a private chat.
I don't have any buyers, but are you in sub 2?
Yeah, so if you can get a buyer.
Nice house. What's the okay? Entry fee 28K. Have you posted this in sub 2?
Tom did.
Oh yeah. I don't really have buyers, so I was gonna say if you weren't in sub 2, I could help you that way. I don't think I can help on this one. I don't really have buyers. I just have.
Well, if you want to repost it, if you have like, since you're pace number 2, people
Yeah.
might answer
Doppelganger.
you.
Yeah, I could look at it and see.
Straight from.
Have you got any good traction on Investor Lift?
I think he's getting some, but not a whole lot.
Okay.
The problem is that it just doesn't cash flow.
Yeah.
It's really it's for a wrap buyer, and or for someone who's looking to buy property to offset taxes.
Let me send this to you, then so I could have it in my message real quick. So Caesar, I'll send you this investor link. Okay, yeah, I'll take a look at it and see what Kathy thinks. See if we have any buyers. I don't really have like buyers. I just post deals and I'm more reactive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll try. See if I got anybody.
Cool. You just texted it back to me?
Yeah, just so I could have it.
Oh yeah.
It was like a bookmark, you know?
Yep. Gotcha.
I need to get I spend so much time on follow-ups. I just need to buy fucking leads. You ever get drowned in the follow-ups and you don't have time to get up and get a new lead?
Yep. Doing that today.
Yeah. Spring Clarke, we just spoke. I'll call you next Tuesday. Info about sub 2. Info about taking over the mortgage. Taking over. How's your pipeline looking right now? Anything new? Anything good?
Yeah, my pipeline. We've got a good amount, but they're getting towards the finish line now, so I need to backfill them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We go back and follow up on all those people.
Yeah, because as soon as we find the buyers and assign them, my guys have nothing to work on, so I gotta make sure they got something to work on.
Mm-hmm.
But I just closed the deal while you were talking.
Oh, nice. Where's that one at?
What's up, boys?
Yo.
Kissimmee, Florida.
Kissing me.
This is actually from the one that that Tyler didn't want to call.
That's funny. That's cool.
So, but the only reason why I locked it up is because I noticed is her next door neighbor has 3 properties, and her next door neighbor is identical to our subject property. And what's the word that I'm looking for? And he just bought his neighbor. He just bought that property for $730. For $732.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just gonna give him a call, see if he wants another one for a lot less. Nothing to fix.
There we go. You already got a buyer, right?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
And if that doesn't work out, I can I already talked to the realtor who had it listed last year for 800,000. And so she's like, dude, if you can get that down to 720, that thing will sell like hotcakes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can novate it too if needed.
Jamal, you should have a site and post all your deals. Yeah, a lot of it's just investor lift. Like, I feel like that's easier. But yeah, a lot of people will have their own website and they post their own deals on it. I think Todd does that. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Jamal. I just use investor lift and I just send the link too as well. But yeah, I feel like if you're trying to build credibility, having your own site's always good. No, what you working on, man?
Trying to get more deals, man. Feel like I've been striking out.
Yeah.
You got a couple of deals. You got a couple of good deals, though, right? That's cooking right now.
Yeah. Yep. I've got a deal in Charlotte. Huh?
Ready to get assigned, I said.
No, already assigned. I don't have any deals that are under contract right now, other that aren't assigned. I'm feeling the pressure of like, I try to look at this as a business, and so it's like I'm trying to not have that lag time from like deal given to getting more deals. And so it's annoying, and I'm sitting here, I feel like I got some good deals going, but I also feel like I'm like back at square one and I don't have that same momentum. Dude, I've been feeling, and I want to hear your thoughts on this, but I've been feeling like I've not been giving. It feels like I haven't been pushing for lower prices with people. I feel like kind of what I've been doing is just going until I find someone who is willing to sell a deal for way less than market price, and then kind of giving them what they want. Instead of going, okay, you need 150, I need it for 100. Like this is where I'm at. Like I feel like I've just kind of been like, I probably can't make that happen. My bad.
Yeah. That's
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say that. I think that was the conversation I was having with Tyler last week, and I was gonna say that to you as well, but somehow I had to get going because I was seeing it too with myself, where we're giving up a little too early. At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, it's all a numbers game. So the more offers we send out there, the more we're gonna catch. So just think about, just like what you said, like the ones that we walked away from just because they're too high. Why not just walk them through the process and offer anyway? Because it's only going to do 2 things. One, it's a repetition for you. So when you're in front of the right one, you'll be a lot smoother. It'll be a lot better, right? And 2, dude, you never know. The ones that we walked away from, maybe they're like, Yeah, that would work.
Dude, well, that's my thing, right? Is like I feel like there's been so many times where I've like seen RJ do this, or I've seen other people, Alex, I don't know what his name is, but he's a dude on Instagram. He does the same thing. It was like I see them come in. The guy's like, "Hey, I want 500,000," and he's like, kind of still pushes the process and gets him down like a significant amount. And I'm like, man, there's some times where I wonder if I just went through the process and gave them the offer that I needed, even if they're like, "No, screw you," it's like I'm walking away from the deal either way. So may as well let them know what I needed at and see if there is a yes. And if there is, like, I don't know. I feel like I've gotten into this habit of just being like, all right, you want too much, you probably just need to list it.
Yeah.
And then them being like, all right, okay, whatever. Like, and they were probably just jacking their price up because they know I'm an investor. So they're like, I need 500,000.
Yep.
Because they know I'm going to come in and try to lowball them. And then when I walk away, they're like, all right, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these people that I talk to, or you probably talk to too, like they're not motivated. You know, they want their price. They're not. We hear RJ's call. A lot of them are like, you know, I have an inherited property or a bad tenant. So there's always these pain. I feel like a lot of my leads I'm buying, they're like, there's no pain. Like this guy, he wants to sell fast, but his asking price is over ARV, and his mortgage payoff is at ARV, and like there's nowhere to go. You know, so it's like. I'm kind of feeling this myself. We're like, I don't know, it's like a slump, like you're in a rut, right? Because it all, like, no matter what, like, you know, on these implementation calls, we hear it all the time. People have the same questions. It's always the same stuff, right? And the answer to those people are, you just have more reps, like get more dials in, get more skills, and stop overthinking shit, right?
Yeah.
And idealistically, you know, a lot of times their asking price, we need to be half of that. They're asking for 500, more than likely we need to be at 250, 300, right? It all boils down to that without overthinking about it. You know, of course you could dig into like motivation, all that stuff, but you know, we're trying to find sellers that want to sell at a discount because they need to, they don't want to, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. Most of these people need to go on market. They just need to get educated. Like Caesar says, like, hey, you're looking for 300, you know, okay, well, I see the market is selling for 300. How much work does your property need? It needs a little bit. Okay, well, I'll double that because that's usually how it is. You know, they say their property needs 10K, it usually needs 30K, right? So, you know, we've gone through this timeline of learning how to wholesale, and it boils down to this. It's basically their asking price is too high, so you got to beat them up on comps, beat them up on the ARV, beat them up on the cost to do the rehab and the numbers, and that's where you go. And if they're not motivated, it's like, well, you know, this is where I need to be, and for an investor, it's not a good idea, a good deal. You know, are you guys in a rush? No, we don't need to sell. Like, okay, good, get a fucking agent then. You know.
Yeah, it's a good point. I need to be better about that. I think sometimes I see myself in the position of just a deal finder and not a salesperson, and I need to remember that I'm a salesperson and that I need to sell. And also,
I would say the opposite. You want to be a deal finder. You don't want to be a salesperson, because, like, let's say you have 100 leads, right? I think in my CRM, I probably have about 300 or 400 like active people that I'm prospecting into. A lot of them aren't deals, but you know, if I took a real look at my pipeline, I probably don't have any deals in there. A lot of it's just follow-ups and letting the pain sink into their price, right? So I don't think I really have deals in my pipeline. So I need to add a few a day, new leads to, you know, get more motivated sellers. But a lot of these follow-ups are like, hey, are you still selling? Yes, I'm still selling. Did you get your price you're looking for? No, I didn't get my price you're looking for. Well, how come you haven't got your price? Well, there's no buyers, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, your price is too high. You know, you need to be a lot lower if you want to move this thing. And it sounds like you're not motivated. So I think you should go on the market, right? So it's just like, it's more like just waiting until their pain comes down to the price where we need it to be, right?
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I also think that there's an element of like, I guess in my experience, which hasn't been very long, but my experience has been that those leads that I walk away from because I'm just like, oh, they want too much, is me not selling, is me looking for good deals, is me only looking for deals. I'm not meaning like when someone can't come down. I'm meaning like when I give up too soon.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I feel
don't
like
go
what I'm doing
layers
is
into it.
looking for super low hanging fruit and passing on everything else. I need to be a little bit more of a salesperson in the sense of like, hey, I'm interested. I'm just interested in this price, and I know you want that, but this is where I have to be, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just-
I agree with you. Like we gotta give it a try.
Yeah.
Like the point that I was trying to make earlier is you can look at it in two ways. One, you'd be like, okay, this is a waste of time, or you can look at it as, hey, it's okay because it's a repetition, and I may just come across someone who's actually willing to come down to that number. The thing is, if you don't off like, if I start doing it that way, where I'm offering 10 offers a day versus you're only offering 3 offers a day, in a long run, I'm gonna get more contracts because I'm offering more often than you are, right? So out of those 7 that you walked away from, maybe one of them were just bullshitting by giving me a high number, but was really okay with that lower number. But we won't know unless we try. So I think we're all saying the same thing here.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
we
you
just
always have to shoot your shot.
walking too quick.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh
think-
yeah, because there was that one call, Noah, last week. There was that one call where you're like, and you didn't want to give out the number. You didn't want to give out the number to him. So I was gonna make a comment, but then I had to get going, so I didn't make a comment.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're already going ha ha ha, why not just give him the number anyways? So what if he tells you to? So you're already there.
Yeah, I'm already gonna kick rocks either way.
You get exactly, but there's that one person that might go, hey, you know what? Can you
Yeah.
come up 5,000 more? And you're like,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I remember now. There's that one call because he asked you like 3 or 4 times, and you did not want to give him your number.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to give his number, but yeah, I need to be. I'm still working on a lot of stuff.
No, but what I'm saying is what you're talking about now is exactly what I wanted to talk about last week on that call. So I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At that point, I would have just been like, "Yep, this is where I need to be,"
Yeah.
and then just shush it, and then let him explain to you why he can't come down to that number.
Because the motivation will chase you. Like they're like, nah, that's too low. I'm like, okay, go on market. But if, like Caesar says, you throw your anchor out there, you throw the fishing reel out there, you wait for them to come after you. You know, I need to be this price. Oh, that's too low. I'm like, okay, well, I need to be there. Like, how soon do you need to sell? Oh, I got time. Well, go on market. Oh, I'm in a rush. Well, like this is the number we need to be at because this is this and this and this and this. So, you know, just casting the bait out there to see if there's motivation. Like with the other seller, with the sub 2, like, hey, your only option is to go on market. You don't want to go on market. You don't have time. I could provide a solution, which is subject to, but I wasn't really pushing it. I was just like, talk to your family, blah, blah, blah. It looks good. Come back to me. But, you know, they need to at least get their options. Option 1 is a low cash offer, which, you know, you drop the anchor down. If that's too low for them, say, why is it too low? Like, how are you in a rush? Like,
Yeah.
if there's no motivation, there's no point to stay on that property, go to the next one. But if there's motivation, the price is wrong, you just got to educate them or let the pain sink in. But I feel like a lot of people spend too much time on people that aren't motivated and can just go with a real estate agent. And I get caught up in that sometimes as well. It's just hard. You got to have motivation and they have to be realistic on their price. And if they are, then you educate them and get them down slowly. But it works, like Caesar says, like, oh, I want 300K. Well, that's just me throwing out a number, right? Like Caesar will get the motivation out of me. Caesar will get how soon I need to sell. Caesar will probably get like, well, you want a high price? Have you tried on market yet? Right? So he'll go through all these layers to figure out, like, is there motivation? Yes. Dig in. If there's not, kind of move on to the next one. I think and it's just like risk to reward. Like, is it worth your time digging into this property when you could go to the next one? It just some trade-off sometimes with time, because there's not enough time in the day. Honestly, if you're doing all this stuff, there's, you know, time goes fast. You know, and if you're spending 20 minutes on each record to underwrite it and comp it for no motivation, it's kind of hard. I get caught up in that sometimes too. let's see, what did Jamal say? Jamal says, maybe say all I can offer is this price as an investor, and this is how I could come up with this number. Most will not work out, but yeah, you basically lay it out why your cash price is what it is. Some people don't need an investor; they need a retail buyer. You know, so we're looking for people that need us. I think that's what it boils down to. Like, I would never sell to a wholesaler. There wouldn't be enough pain unless there is pain in my life. Then I'll sell to a wholesaler. But you know, Caesar, would you say a lot of your deals that you close, there's at least motivation, right, to go
There's
on a
at least,
discount?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, question for Jamal, since he's a realtor in Florida. If a property is listed for rent, can we list it for sale, or does that have to come off first in order for us to list it on the MLS?
I think if
Let's
it's
go.
listed for rent, like I've listed properties for rent and they're not on the MLS. Are you saying if they're listed for rent by a real estate agent?
Yeah, they're listed on the MLS right now for rent.
Okay.
So that means we cannot list it on the market, right? Unless that thing comes off.
Oh, I see your point. Yeah. I don't know. See what he says. Yeah, and a lot of these properties, Noah, like a lot of them won't be a deal. You know, that's just the fact. You're looking for someone that has pain, motivation, and is open to selling at a discount. And you know, they're out there. It's just gotta find them. You can list it. Okay, let me see what he says. At the same time, you can
You
list
can
for
or
rent
cannot?
and sell for the same time. He said you can.
You can.
Mhm.
Nice. Okay, because then I'm gonna include his. I'm gonna include our Novation one pager on there on the contract.
Nice. You know, I think a lot of this is just a progression of, you know, time and market, right? Like, you'll
Yeah.
know what a deal is. You know how many times I spent working shitty deals? You know, once you find a seller that's motivated and the price is good, like those are easy to lock up. Like those are easy. It's just a lot of these sellers want too much money and you got to educate them. And if they're not motivated, there's no point to push the education because they're not motivated. So it's more like a numbers game and knowing where to spend your time and where not to spend your time. I think that's the main thing. 30-day call.
Could y'all look at this really quick? I'm in a
Yeah.
quandary on this one, and I don't know what to do. I've got a deal that I'm working on, but I don't know what is going on with the comps in the area. Let me see.
Send in the private chat.
I'm gonna
Check it
do
out.
that. So a little backstory, I guess. I've looked it up. First glance, I was like, yeah, no way. It's rented, turnkey. He basically remodeled it not that long ago. Bathrooms, kitchen needs to be redone. I pulled up all the comps on this, right? All the comps are saying 140, about like 150. Oops. Like 150 is what they're selling for. But then I looked at a couple and some of them were flipped and listed for 330, right? But there's two more houses on that same street that are for sale that look like totally turnkey, like in fine shape for
is it unit 7? Is there a unit number? No, sorry.
No, it shouldn't. There shouldn't be a unit number. It's a house.
So you want
Oh.
185?
He wants 185. He's a landlord. He's like, this is my last single family house. I have only multifamily.
Yeah.
Well, but like all the houses there are like 140, 130, around there. But then you go, like, especially when they're a quarter mile, but then you go on the market and there's like 3 houses in that same neighborhood, same square footage that are listed for like 300 plus flipped.
Yeah.
And like at that price, it makes sense. But at the other comps, I'm like so confused on what's going on here.
And how much does he want? I know you said that already.
180.
Sorry, I wasn't.
185.
185.
So there's one on Middleburg Drive, same street, up the street for just now listed 4 days ago for 337.5. 3 bedroom, 2 bath, like the closest comp that I could get on this house. It's listed. It's not sold though. And like a lot of the houses around there are listed for that, like 300, 270, 315, 328.
I see. So like Zillow has it at 211, Realtors at 208, Redfin's at 228. So I'm thinking ARV is probably around 210, right? I look on Privy. Privy has solds. There's 8 in the area. There's one sold right next door for 132.
Yeah. The one
There's a
on Clarke
230. Yeah, there's one for 230 that sold. One for 219 that sold. There's another 219. So I would say your ARV is probably 210. Let me look at this 231. 231 looks flipped.
Did y'all look at actives?
Not
The
yet.
actives is what's messing me up.
Well, if you're
True.
looking at actives, Noah, are you looking at how many days they've been on the market?
Well, so one of them that sold, the one on let me see. The one on Middleburg, 2825 Middleburg, sold for 142.5. I'm just confused as to why there's such a massive discrepancy, because on market, and I understand on market's not the greatest temperature gauge on this, but there's one for 160 and then one for 170 that have been on the market for 90 days.
And they're similar square. They look similar too, right? They're about, that one's 1,100 square feet. The other one's 1,200. So your property's bigger. There's a 338.
That's the one, that one, and then Cherry Lane. There's like a couple of, I don't know if they just way overpriced this one on Middleburg, which it seems like it.
Yeah, because look at the one off Cherry Lane. That one's going for 300, and it looks like a fucking HGTV. Yeah, so I think ARV is probably
like 250.
Well, it depends how much money you're going to put into the property to make it. And this one's 1,800 square feet, so it's not much bigger, but it's 400 square feet more.
Well, it sounds like, I mean, what he told me was like, hey, the tenants are super good, the house is super clean, there's nothing wrong with it. It probably just need to be painted.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to figure out if there was a deal there. I don't know if I'm trying to make a deal or if I'm, you know what I mean?
Well, even let's just run the numbers real quick. So, real quick, profit calculator. Let's go to the new one. So we got, let's just say ARV to be conservative, 220, right? Yeah. At 220 ARV. 1,400 square feet property. So on the light end, 35K rehab. You said it doesn't need anything though, right?
No. He sent me pictures too, and it looks like nice.
Like how much do you think? Maybe 15K rehab?
Like probably paint and some touch up,
So 15K. Wholesale fee 10K, 185 to him.
Yeah, it's probably not a good deal.
No, you need to get it for let's see, 160 maybe. Let's see.
That's what I was thinking, like 150.
Yep.
Yeah,
130, 140, and then you move it moves at 140, 150.
Yeah, 140, 150.
Because what's your guys'
Then-
ARV?
220.
220 is your ARV on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much rehab does it need?
We put like 15K.
Oh yeah, because
He
you
said
said it's
ready to go, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he sent me pictures and it looks nice. Looks totally nice. Maybe I just
Why hasn't he gone with an agent?
well, here's the thing: is he doesn't have much motivation. He was like, he texted me and said, I said, hey, how'd you come up with that price? And he said, Zillow and what makes sense for me to drop it. He basically owns a bunch of rentals. He said he's buying 12 doors and up in Florida and North Carolina, and he just doesn't really have to sell it. It's been a good tenant. It's been a good house for him.
That to me doesn't sound motivated at all.
At all.
That's just if I heard that, I'd be like, okay, go with agent. I just move on. Because then you find yourself going through this process of comping and trying to make it a deal when you know he won't even go below 185. Probably if he's kind of like a tire kicker. It sounds like.
This is a one-story house, right?
What?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So the only thing that I see is the Harper Valley Drive and the Ocean Valley Drive.
Oh, the 231.
No, 155 and 145. I think those are as-is properties. The 230, yeah, that was sold.
That's a nice 2-story house.
Yeah, well, not the 230. The 230 is one story, I think.
Oh, this might be a different one. This one's like Emerald. Oh, I see the other one. Never mind. Yeah, I see that one. Harper Valley.
Yep.
Yeah, he's looking for 185. Like, hey, as an investor,
It seemed like a tough. The thing that threw me off was the couple at like 300,000 plus, and I was like, okay, it might make sense. Like if ARV is 260, 270.
Yeah.
But I was like, everything that's selling around there is 150. But the things that have sold for 150 are now on the market. They're flipping it for 330. And that was like the hard part that I was trying to like be like, well,
yeah. I see what you're saying.
It's hard because my as is comps or my sold comps were flips, and this one's already doesn't really need any flipping. So I was like, maybe if everything else is selling for 330, that's being flipped right now.
Yep.
Maybe I can get 275.
The 330 you're talking about, it's been on the market for 5 days, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. What about the 270 that's been on the market on Michael Drive, but it's been on the market for 122 days?
Yeah.
I would just educate him, be like, hey, I really want to buy this house, and I think it'd be a good investment for me. It's just I see houses on the market right now going for 160, 170, and they're literally your neighbor's houses. So if I give you 185, I lose money.
Yeah.
This one's hard.
It's currently rented out for 1,500.
So 15. So when you start running those numbers, Caesar, so like we run the numbers for cash, we could run it for rents. So 220 ARV, 15K rehab. So maybe 5K rehab, maybe.
Yeah, 10. So 220 ARV, right? And then what did we say what should be the price of the seller? 140.
You probably get away with 150 on a rental. It'd be 23%. They get their money back out.
This is in Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Wait, what's the rent?
1,500. 1,500.
So that's a 1.73. Oh wait, never mind. So 185. Yeah, this is not a rent. Rent's a 0.72. So if we gave him 150, yeah, this one's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's a deal. So don't waste your time. I was so confused because of all like the different things that were going into it. He wants to sell. He's open to selling at 185. I was like, okay, if the house is worth 270, then it makes sense. And it's like houses are listed for 330. I don't know. I was just trying to.
Have you asked him? Have you asked him like, hey, if you did list it, how much would you list it for?
No.
Then I usually ask that question like, oh, I'll list it for 300. I'm like, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see 300. There's nothing for sale for 300. Like, I just go into that logic.
Yeah, see, this is how I would. Yeah, I'll share my screen real fast.
Sweet.
This is how I look at things, and then you guys can tell me if I'm looking at it incorrectly or not.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
But on this one, this is how I would do it. Like 230 top ARV,
Yep.
$15,000. Okay, let's say even $20,000 of rehab. Lock it up at 130. You still get a 16% or $32,000. So you're putting in 197 to get 32,000. I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
But look here, it doesn't even hit the 1% rule. But in Atlanta, Georgia, that might be good. I don't know. I don't know Atlanta, Georgia. So is that a good number? Maybe. I like this though. If I buy it off them for 130, my all-in number is 165.
Yeah.
Actually get it appraised at 230, I get all my money back. So 130 is like the sweet spot here. You know, does he own it outright?
Yeah. He's owned it for like 25 years.
Yeah, that's what I would do. $130,000 right now, and I would just say, hey, look, like that's the most that I can do because it doesn't even hit my 1% rule with $1,500.
Yeah. I'll share.
He's
with
pretty
you.
much asking for retail, I think. Like, I feel like he's asking for retail price.
Well, it seems like he's asking for more than retail. It's just hard because of what's going on the market right now around there.
Yeah, the for sale market, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I would do it at 130. Plus, he saw those two properties that got sold. Those are probably as is properties. One was for 130. One was 142. Down the street from him. I don't know if you guys saw that, but
No, I saw that too. Yeah.
right there's
Then
one on
Yeah.
Cedarwood Drive and the other one's on Carriage Lane. One got sold for 132. The other one got sold for 144. You know what I mean?
I see it.
So if those are the as-is properties, then that's where buyers are buying at 130 range.
I'll shoot him.
Which would make sense if
Inquiry.
you think about it. If like the easiest conversation with him is he's an investor, right? Go look, man, if I get it from you at 130, I put in $10,000, $15,000 of repair there. That puts me at 145 plus closing costs, everything. My all-in is 150. You're saying rent is $1,500 a month there. That gets me my 1% rule.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so then now he might disagree with you. So then I would just go, okay, John, I get it. You know what? Maybe you can help me out here. Maybe I'm missing something. Since you're local, tell me, how do I make my money at 185? I mean, you're talking about like being more of a sales guy. I mean, like that's the sales guy right there.
Yeah.
Tell me, how do I make my
Asking
money?
him to sell you. Try to explain the numbers.
Yeah, how do I make my money at 185? I'll write you a $185 check, but how do I make my money at 185? Will you buy it at 185? That's the kind of question I like to ask investors. Hey, man, from an investor to investor, just level with me. Would you buy your property at 185? Let's see what he says. He might tell you, heck no.
You'd be like,
You know what I mean? Then at that
no
point,
way, no way in Haiti would I do that.
Mhm. Yeah, most of these investors, they don't want to sell at a discount anyways.
but some of
Most
them,
of-
but some of them will. You know what I mean? Because they know they need to move it. It's like, just
True.
tell me where is. I need to have meat on the bone. So where is the meat at 185? Dude, I was able to lock up a property in Birmingham by asking that question. She wanted way too high. And she's like, yeah, I wouldn't do it either. I'm like, okay, well, do you want to do this or not? And I ended up getting like a $20,000 reduction on it. And then I was able to move it out.
Hey, this is Noah. Give me a call back.
And I think Adrian had a. Let's see. Hey guys, I would like to. How would you do a seller finance deal? I told the guy 25K. He wants 35K. Is there a way for me to go up to 35K with seller finance? Yeah, if he wants no money down. It depends. You know. It just depends on the deal. You know, there's different levers. So, you know, if they want a higher price, that's cool. It's just you need to be able to cash flow. So maybe amortize it for 30 years, 40 years and do it no balloon. So it just depends on the deal. But for a deal that low, like I feel like cash is better. But yeah, if you want to jump on here and tell us more about it, for sure. Okay, next call. Yeah, trying to find people that want to sell at a discount, and you got to keep them in the follow-ups, and you talk to people that aren't motivated, and you know, just
it's hard.
It's a cycle. Yeah,
It is hard.
that's why like you'll get to a point where like you don't really want to waste your time with people that aren't motivated because they're just going to waste your time.
Yeah.
So if they're motivated, yeah, dig in more. But if not, just go to the next one. That's what I like to do. Yeah, Adrian, I dropped that link if you want to jump on.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Hey, Angelina. Hello?
Yes, hello. I'm sorry. That is for my order property.
Oh. All right, no problem. No problem.
Yeah.
I sent the agreement over to you, so feel free to take a look at it. Let me know if you have any questions.
Yes, I just have a question. Like, after we sign the contract, we're gonna have like doctor come check the house and something like that.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have. So just to let you know what the process is. Once you sign, I sign. I have 2 of my team members will reach out to you. Cassidy is my transaction coordinator, so she'll be the liaison between you and title. And then Tom is my business partner. So he's actually in charge of scheduling the walkthroughs with our contractors and inspectors. So he'll call you, just text you, letting you know, like, hey, someone will be there. Do you have a lockbox on the property by any chance?
Yeah, we have the master code to get in the house.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So even though we have the code, like when you share it with us, we always want to make sure that we let you know when someone is in there. And then we always tell our guys that when they leave to just like send us a quick picture showing that, you know, they locked it. So in that way you're protected, okay?
Okay, thank you. But and then, is there any way after you do the inspection, if like for something you don't like it, like as you expected, will you lower the price or we negotiate the price again?
Yeah, that's a great question. That only happens if I find something, or if we find something that's a big ticket item. So if it's a small cosmetic job, I don't really care too much about. But if it's
Yeah.
something that you and I didn't discuss, and let's say there's something wrong with the foundation, or there's something wrong, you know, like a big ticket item, then yes, I will have to let you know, and then let you know, like, hey, I need to renegotiate. And then at that point, we either move forward or we walk away. You know what I mean? No harm, no foul.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then let me know once you sign it so that I know, and then I'll sign it myself. And then once I do, you'll automatically get a a copy of the fully executed document. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Adrian, it should be in the chat. I put the link. It's not in the private chat. It's in the regular chat. It should be there. Let me check YouTube just in case. Should be in
What's
the
today?
chat. Let's see.
18th.
Yeah,
Dude,
Adrian, it should be in the chat.
Can't believe it's November already. You guys believe that
Right?
shit?
It's crazy. Damn, the day's flying by. Can you send again? I can't see the post. Yeah. Copy. There it is. I just dropped the link again. Should be working. Okay, next one.
So, dude, I just locked up that deal for 645. They tried selling it last year for like 800,000, and so I found their next door neighbor just sold their property for 732,000. Exactly identical houses.
No
Uh,
way.
and I looked at link properties under PropStream, and the guy ended up having like 3 properties in that town. So I was like, Tom, we need to call this guy and see if he would buy the same property for 690 or something. And then I reached out to the realtor. I was like, hey, how come this didn't move? She's like, oh, because they price it too high at 800. I'm like, where do you think it moves? She's like, 730, 720. We get someone there, like, it'll go within weeks. And I'm like, okay. So then I locked it up at 645 and see if I can novate it for 720, 730.
Nice. Damn.
Yeah.
They just bought it. Fuck.
That'd be a hefty payday right there.
I know. Hopefully it moves quick. I only have till December 16 to move it though. So that's the only thing. And she's got all the furniture in there because she has it for Airbnb. So she's like, I can leave all my stuff on there.
Nice.
All right.
Adrian, I added the link onto my Facebook post. If you want to maybe find it through there, I tagged you on it. So I posted on YouTube, but also the Facebook live has that link too. So maybe try that, man.
This guy. I love this text message I just got. The guy says, I have a house for sale in Fort Myers. It's an annual rental with paying tenants at $24,000 a year. Asking $259,900. I know you are a wholesaler. Let me know if you're interested. Thanks, Al.
Funny.
Bro, you have it out there for 82 days. Why would I buy it?
Your call has been forwarded.
Call this guy.
Oh, there's Adrian. What's up, bro?
What's up, guys? Doing good?
Yep.
Just today?
Good, yeah. You had some questions about seller finance thing?
Yeah. I can share my.
Sure. Yeah, just share it, then I'll present it.
Please leave your message for.
Okay, let's see. So what do you got going on?
Basically, properties ARV is pretty conservatively 150.
Mm-hmm.
And at 25, the numbers look like perfect, right?
So these are properties that need a lot of rehab?
Yeah, well, the rehab is full interior exterior is this amount, 56,000. And I mean, it's not the most beautiful property ever.
Please leave your message for 2392.
So is that one? Okay. So how much does he want?
Yeah, it's kind of all beat up. He wants 35,000. And the thing is, at 35,000, that's like the numbers are still like not too bad, but it's
Bump
not
your
really
wholesale
what you
fee
want
up
either.
to
And he
10K.
did it last year at 50,000 and it didn't move.
Bump your wholesale fee up to 10. Because if you're already cutting it short, you're gonna get lowballed by the buyers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Less repairs, 56K. For that house, I feel like it's way more than that. How many square foot is it?
Yeah. 1,400. I just did a full cosmetic. Exterior, interior.
Okay. Have you seen photos of the inside?
This is
Oh, that's the inside.
what I got.
Yeah. What's privy
Just
look like?
the Zillow.
So let me see here. So let me look at Realtor and Redfin. Maybe there's some. So what is it? 1510. Yeah, because seller finance wouldn't really work because the property needs so much rehab. So if it's seller financing, you have to give him no money down, probably.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like you just work this cash, because seller financing is usually like, turnkey properties, usually. Because if someone has to come out of pocket to do the rehab, then they also have cash to the seller. Like, the numbers are hard. Caesar, have you found any deals that need rehab and seller financing? I feel like that's hard deal to come.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. We're working on it right now.
Okay. Well, I've never done.
So let me look at the property real quick.
Okay.
What's the address?
Okay, so screw seller finance. So at 35,000, it wouldn't work, right? Because you're kind of, I think you're kind of right. It might need a little more work than that.
Yeah, and usually seller financing I usually do it for properties that don't need much work, because with seller financing you want to be below 10%, right? So if they're asking for a certain amount of money and most of that chunk is to go toward cash to the seller, and there's not much room for the down payment, like room for the rehab to take into consideration, hard for someone to come in and buy a property seller financing if the down payment's so high. Is it even open to seller financing?
Yeah, that's what I was telling him, like, today at 25,000 would be my offer.
Mm-hmm.
And at first he wanted 50. Yeah. But the thing is, he literally listed it at 50 last year and it didn't move. So then he told me, can you be at 35? That's where he'd like draw the line. So I was like, I'll talk to my team. We'll see if we can do some like a seller finance. Is that something you'd be open to? And he said he would be open to it. But yeah, like you said, I guess it's not the.
And why won't it work at 35?
Sorry?
Why will it not work at 35?
Because the rehab is too high for the profit. That's what I see, right?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is too much. We don't look at the profit percentage ever.
Well, if you're spending 30K in the rehab, 60, it's kind of hard.
Okay.
Unless can you do 30? If you do 30 and then your fee would be 5,000, then it would work. But your fee is 5,000.
Exactly.
Then we're talking a little bit more. What's the rent there?
1,326. It's like the 2%.
That's perfect.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'd lock it up at 30. But 25 is your magic number, really.
25. 30. That's
Yeah. And you said 25 earlier?
Yeah, I told him 25, and he said he wouldn't be able to at 25.
Yes, and then he said 35, right?
He said 35, so I said, okay, I'll get back to you. I'll see if I can like maybe seller finance or something like that.
Dude.
Thing is,
may I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
I would just be like, Yo, meet me in the middle like peanut butter and jelly and lock it up at 30. Call it a day. Forget the seller finance.
Yeah, and I never do you do this, Caesar? Do you pitch seller financing on properties that need rehab? I never do.
I've learned my lesson not to.
Like turnkey, like maybe paint and floor, maybe is good for seller financing, but like a rehab, I never see those deals. Like I feel like it's an uphill battle to do seller financing on a property that needs rehab.
Good afternoon, Caesar.
Assuming.
Hello.
Yes, hi. Did you call me about the hospital?
Yeah, is this Al?
Yes.
Hey, Al, how you doing, man? It's Caesar.
Hello.
Yeah. You texted me about the property on Veronica South Shoemaker out in Fort Myers.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I noticed it's on the market for as a FSBO, right? So you own the property? Got it.
Yeah.
And how much are you looking to get for it?
Didn't you see the information on the web?
I do. It's $259, but I also see that you've had it in there for 82 days. Figured maybe you might change your mind.
Yeah, I didn't have it on there for 80. If you're interested, that's the price.
Yeah, well, tell me a little bit about the property. I mean, I only see 3 photos on there. I can't make my decision off of 3 photos.
It's rented to annual tenants. They pay $2,000 a month.
$2,000 a month.
They renewed the lease in August.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so they're on a month-to-month lease now?
No, they're on an annual lease.
Oh, they're on an annual lease. And they just signed it in August.
They just renewed it in August. They've been there for over a year now. And I'm sure that'll be like 15 months.
Okay. And they're paying $2,000 a month. I'm just looking at some of the properties. And then, so you said they've been there for 15 months. Did you renovate it before they moved in, or?
Yes, we renovated it. It's in good shape.
Got it. Okay. I mean, sounds like you've got a pretty good mailbox money there. Any reason why you're selling it? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, it's not your business.
Oh, well, I mean, what if something's wrong in the house? I mean, $2,000 a month is a pretty good rental rent, right?
I just told you it's in good shape. If you want to buy it, that's the price.
Got it. Okay.
I'm not going to listen to any stupid questions.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's another question for you. I mean, at $259, I don't mind paying $259. I just want to make sure I'm getting a $259,000 house. So from
price could be negotiable if you're serious. And
I mean, I
$10,000 down.
I mean, I am pretty serious.
Okay.
I guess my question is, where do I make my money at $259 with $2,000 monthly?
The price is the price.
Yeah.
Whether you can make money or not, that's not my business. That's your business.
Yeah. All right. Well, doesn't sound like we're going to be a good fit for each other, brother.
All right. Thanks, Caesar.
Bye.
Yep. That was good, Caesar.
Yeah. I mean,
you stood your ground. You know, that's good. You stood your ground.
Sweet gentleman. Sweet boy.
Yeah. It's like it's
But
irrelevant.
Did you hear how he pushed back on him? That was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Like you could tell Caesar was a buyer because he wasn't taking his shit.
Yeah.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
Is yours streaming to yours, Caesar? Those working? That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wonder why it wasn't working the other day or like the whole last week or whatever.
Yeah, it was something within their system. Because it's happening for everyone.
Your call has been forwarded to voice.
Like, I don't mind giving people time or even putting up with their bullshit, but like, that guy was just an asshole.
Yeah, he's a prick.
Yeah. He's like, that's irrelevant. I'm like, what do you mean it's irrelevant? You're getting $2,000 a month. Why are you selling? Like, what if there's a hole in the roof all of a sudden? You don't want to fix the
How's
roof?
it going?
Hey, pretty good.
So I talked to the team, and I was just looking at the seller finance. I don't think that's something that would work because we would have to go no money down, and I'm assuming that's not something that you would want.
Yeah, this was for, what was the offer again?
25,000 for on Agate Street. 25,000.
Oh, and I asked you to go up to see if you can get 35, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the seller finance, I don't think it would be advantageous for you. So I think the best we can do, and if we just met in the middle, I think we could get this done at 30,000.
Somebody just offered me 37.5.
37.5.
Yes.
Cash deal.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, if they're willing to close quick, I don't see why you shouldn't take that one.
You want me to contact you and let you know if it falls through?
Okay. Yeah. Just call me back on this number if anything goes, and just let me know.
I sure will.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
For sure. You take care, Lawrence. Bye-bye.
You too.
Rip.
Yeah. So on that one, he said he has another offer, right? Like, well, okay, well, why don't you go with that offer? Do you think they're full of shit, or are they going to give you a number then bait and switch you? Like, I would push back more on their credibility. Like, is that a real offer, or are they just full of shit? What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah, and then I would ask, when's the closing date?
Yeah.
For a couple of reasons. One, because maybe it's a 60-day and you can offer a 30-day close. The second thing is you can text them too if you can ask them, hey, by the way, when's the closing date? Because then you can just follow up with them a couple of days before that closing date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Perfect.
you know. So.
Okay, I'll do that right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was calling. I remember we chatted a few days ago, and I'm just looking at the property, and last time we talked, you said you're looking to get around 200,000. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So, for me as an investor, I'm looking for properties that, I could either, put some money into it and flip it on the market, or maybe, put a renter in there and make some money. So, I was looking around that neighborhood, and I'm just thinking your price that you're looking for might be better fitted to go on market with an agent. Have you gone that direction yet?
No, I have not gone that direction yet, but I'm actually applying for a mortgage loan.
Okay.
If I don't get the house sold.
So you're trying to. So if you don't sell the house, what's your plan?
Get a mortgage loan.
So you're like just refi and pull some equity out, you mean?
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, so you're looking to get 220.
No,
200. Okay. Yeah, in that area, I'm looking at the comps. And you said the property only needs a little bit of work. Was it the kitchens and floors and the cabinets, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so I think your property is probably worth, if you put on the market and it was all fixed up, I feel like you could probably get around 240 or something like that. So I kind of have to work backwards on, I think if you put on the market, it'd probably be worth 240. But let me see here. I'm gonna see where I need to be. So I need some paint, some kitchen, some flooring. We're probably looking at $20,000 worth of, repair value to take in consideration. Let me see here.
Yeah, I have done a little bit of repair, so upgrades to the actual house.
Mm-hmm.
So like for example, she has new. I'm replacing the windows. I replaced 4 of them, right so far, and I'm looking to replace the remaining.
Mm-hmm.
I also added, a new electrical,
faucet wiring, which, you know, I paid almost $11,000 for that.
Mm-hmm.
It has all the plumbing is being replaced. It has, you know, PCP instead of galvanized. And also the master bathroom is being, you know, remodeled. So it's just a little bit of, you know, a little bit of makeup maintenance to do, but that's about it.
I got you. So not too much. Okay. Let me see here. Yeah. Do you, I don't know if we talked about this last time, but do you still have a mortgage on it?
No, the house doesn't have a mortgage. The house is completely paid for.
Okay. So it's paid off. And the reason you don't want to list it is you just don't want to deal with it with a real estate agent?
It's just that financially, you know, living in the house is gonna get very heavy on me.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and if I don't sell it at least and I get what I want, you know, then I'll just basically, you know, try to get some equity and fix it up and then probably put it in the market for more.
I gotcha. Yeah, like based on the numbers in that area, I'm just running some numbers as an investor, you know, about all the costs, you know, if I'm paying the closing costs, so nothing out of your pocket, if I'm doing all the repairs, you know, for it to make sense on my end, I need to be around close to 160 if I'm buying cash and as is and super fast.
Yeah, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
That you also gotta make a profit, by the way.
Yeah.
We're talking about a property that is, you know, appraised to 250, and the best part of this property is that, you know, it's never flooded. There's no crime whatsoever in this neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And you got, you know, the Jones Space Center, you know, right next door, Paper Mall. You also got Kima. I mean, this is an up and coming, you know, neighborhood. There's a lot of development, you know, going on around this area.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Yeah, because I see some mixed comps. I see, you know, houses selling over there for 207 sold. Then I see some for like 230. I got one for 275, but that one looks like a flipped, you know, it's got brand new everything, like brand new countertops, all that stuff. So, you know, I'm thinking your property as is value is probably around, I don't know, if you list it on the market, maybe get like 220, then minus rehab, or not rehab, but you minus the closing costs, you know, agent commissions, and you know, you get chipped away pretty quick if you go on market. Let's see, so
Yeah, that's my own.
mm-hmm. Do you have a deadline of when you need to sell it?
I mean, like I mentioned before, you know, if I get the offer that I want, I mean, you know, I'll sign the papers, you know, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
tonight or tomorrow. I mean, whatever you have in mind.
I gotcha. And if you don't sell it, you just keep it and, you know, do a refi and pull some money out?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, let me see. Because I think if you listed it, it'd sell fast because there's a lot of comps. It's just, I don't know if you'll get your price minus all the agent fees and all that stuff. Let me see if I could, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, the other things, like, you know, the property, you know, the backyard, you can actually build maybe another like a tiny home, maybe a full family.
Like an ADU?
You would like to build those house, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I got one of the biggest backyards in the neighborhood.
Oh, really? So you got a big lot? Okay. So if 160 doesn't work, you know, 160 is where I need to be for it to be a, you know, a deal for me as an investor. You know, if 160 doesn't work, you know, how far off are we if you know, if we could get this thing wrapped up and, you know, get some money in your account faster and you don't have to go on market?
I cannot go any lower than 200.
Okay, like 200 is your dead stop.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 200, that's going to be hard. Even with only 20K worth of rehab, that's going to be rough. Let me see here. would you be open to, you know, if you don't want to go on the market with an agent, would you be open to seller finance?
I could sell the finance, but I mean, and also would like to, I would like also get that interest, the finance.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm willing to come up in price, as long as it makes sense for me. I'm looking for, some numbers where I could cash flow. So it's a good, deal for me, but also I'm coming up to your price. So, if I could come up to your price as long as the terms are good.
Okay.
Typically, when I ask for seller financing, a lot of sellers will want like 50% down, and that's not really doable compared to like just going to a bank and I could get, a VA loan for 0% or, primary residence loan for like 10%. So, if I was going to come up into your price on a seller finance, what type of down payment are we looking at? If we did this, how much do you need?
I mean, I probably would not ask you for 50%, but probably I would ask you like either 35 or 40.
Okay, so you're looking 35 or 40 as a down payment? Okay.
Yeah.
35. I could see if I could do that. I just have to move some things around because I need to figure out if I get cash flow. So if I was what's more important to you? Like, so you're looking for a big down payment, it sounds like. I might be able to do that as long as you're willing to maybe.
The reason why I'm looking for a large down payment is because I would like to use a portion of that to get where I'm going to be moving at, and also the cost of moving and stuff like that.
Okay.
Or and storage, I haven't find a place where to move by the time I got to out of the house.
Okay. So you're willing to do seller financing. You just need, that 35K to get you started on the next property. I could run some numbers to see if that's possible. Usually I like to stick to 10%, but I could run some numbers to see if we could come up to that 35. And if so, it might be doable. Let me think. Do you have any photos of the inside of the property you could send my way? I don't think I've seen anything online.
Do you want like interior photo?
Yeah, I see photos on Zillow. It's just like the street view, that big old giant tree in front of the yard. That's about it on my end.
Yes, they're all three.
Yeah. If you could send me some photos.
Yeah, I can take some pictures.
Okay. That works.
Yeah, I can take some photos as soon as I get home. I mean, I don't know how if the sun's gonna be out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no rush. No rush.
It's raining and traffic is really bad.
Yeah, no rush. Whenever you get them, that's good. Because what I need to do is, the photos will help me on the rehab. I want to say 20K rehab, so maybe some photos will help. But yeah, if you send some photos my way, then I could see the condition of the property, so I could run my numbers on the rehab, and maybe my number changes on the cash. So put some photos will help. Then I'll also run some numbers on, if we did the seller financing, if we do that, I could see if I could come up to that 35K to do a seller finance offer with you. And I could just run some numbers based on the photos and stuff like that. We could get the ball rolling.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Awesome. Yeah, just send me some photos whenever you get a chance, maybe today or tomorrow, the next day, and I'll run some numbers on cash based on the photos. And if cash doesn't work, maybe we could do seller financing. If that doesn't work, maybe we could come up in price and do maybe like I get pitched out to my partners to see if anyone wants to buy the property and live in it. Because a lot of times investors either want to buy a property, then rent it out and make money, or I do have some partners that want to live in the property, so they're willing to pay a little bit more. So send me some photos. We could run some numbers on cash. If cash doesn't work, maybe seller finance. If seller finance doesn't work, maybe I could pitch it to my other partners to see if they want to live in the property compared to like a rental, and see if we could do a deal that way.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Awesome one. Yeah, send me that info. Then I could call back and you know, before the end of the week and see if, you know, we could be a good fit for each other based on the photos and the numbers and see, you know, what options we have.
Yeah, so yeah, as soon as I get a chance, I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
You know, not tonight, maybe tomorrow. Hopefully, it will not raining by the time I come home. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that works. And, you know, I think Texas is a good market, and,
all right, well,
you know, and hopefully we could do a deal together. If not, I definitely want to, you know, lead you to the right direction, you know, what's good on market seller financing. But yeah, let's work on that, send some photos, and we could retouch before the end of the week.
all right, sounds great.
Awesome, Juan. Have a great day. Talk soon.
Yeah.
See ya. Bye.
All right, thanks. Bye.
I feel like I'm not in the flow. So that one, I see a house right next to him sold for 365, but everything around him is, you know, I got some 207s, 280s. Let's see, 275. So it might work. But yeah, the reason I picked seller finance because it didn't need a lot of rehab. But Zillow has that 247. Maybe I could turn this into a novation, but I definitely want to try cash first. But
Nice.
so we'll see. I don't know, but I feel like I'm not in the flow. Like I'm kind of all over the place.
That's all right. It happens to all of us.
Yeah. So he's asking for 2. I think ARV is 255 or even higher. This might be a novation. Like a novation, maybe. So say thanks, Juan.
Hey, do you use another contract for novation?
No, I just sent it to Brad or Chris Deals.
Brad, and they do it, right?
Yeah, so they'll I'll either lock it up cash, and then I'll have to pivot because it's not selling, and I'll pivot to a novation, and they'll come in and redo it, you know, with their contract. I don't even know what they look like, but you know, if it's a deal that might be a novation, I'll say, hey, you know, we're close, but you know, not close enough. Maybe my partner Brad could come in with a different strategy, and you know, let's book an appointment.
Yeah.
So, so on this one,
what would be a good title for that video?
Which
Dealing
one?
with assholes.
Dealing with the pricks.
What's the difference between a porcupine and a 40-year-old guy in a Porsche?
I don't know.
Porcupine, the prick is on the outside.
I remember this Trump joke was like, what's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald Trump or something? Says the raccoon doesn't have $40 fucking billion or something. Like something dumb.
Oh, my Lord. John's asking, where are you guys at on the 90-day scoreboard? What 90 days?
I don't know.
Brandon, you have a 90-day thing?
No, I had a 4-month thing, but I kind of gave up after the hospital thing with Kathy. I don't know. I'm just making more money on crypto, and it's easier. So I'm kind of like,
there you go.
I don't know. Trying to get in the mood. Like, I don't know, I make a couple $100 in a few minutes on crypto, then spending hours on wholesale, and it's like, fuck.
I know. Well, that's the thing. For me, it's not just the money for me at this point. It's really just
business. Yeah.
I just want to leave something behind for some people in my life. You know what I mean? And so,
yeah,
obviously, it's not just a wholesale business that I'm going to leave behind. It's like whatever I end up accruing along the way. So that's why I'm able to kind of go through the struggles. My pain threshold is pretty high, so it's up there though.
Yeah, like to tell people the truth, this business is hard. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I've had landscape lighting business, I've had cold pressed juice business, I have CBD business, bikini business, a drop shipping business, and even being in the Marines. You know, like this is a fucking hard business. Like you have to be on it. Like today on this, like I've had a couple calls. I'm just not on my game. Like I'm kind of all over the place today and just not really in the zone to call and talk
Yeah.
to sellers. I think we have roller coaster rides like you're talking about, but wholesaling's hard. Like I don't know any. I listened to RJ's video this morning. I think it was a quick 10-minute one, but he basically said like this is probably the easiest business model. You know, there I don't think there's any other businesses that are so easy as far as, you know, you buy a lead, you lock it up and you dispo it. There's not much overhead. It's pretty simple, but it is a rough business. So you have to have
Yeah.
thick skin and kind of just go through the trenches, right? This is like D-Day where you're like storming the beach, you're getting fucking shot at. You know, you're getting a lot of no, right? You're just on, you know, going up the Normandy coast, right? But yeah, wholesaling is fucking hard. But if you do it well, you don't need a big team, and you can make a bunch of fucking money. And sometimes it might be too easy.
Yeah,
But it takes the, like you guys see us here, where like we're just going through the motions, and it's basically timing the market. Like you will get lucky, or you will get a good deal. It's just you have to go through the bullshit. And there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot more bullshit than good deals, and you just gotta, you know, when to spend time on some things and when to kind of say, no, this is taking too much time. I need to focus over here.
Yep. Oh, dude, I just noticed Adrian's going to be gone out of the country till December 8th. Adrian, I don't know if you're still listening, but safe travels, man. Looking forward to you getting back.
Oh yeah, bro.
Multifamily wholesaling. Talk to me, Adrian, because we're doing that as well. And then Doom Sports. Do you think it's better to buy leads or get started by cold calling? That's kind of a heavy loaded question because do you have capital? If you do, I would say buy the leads. If you don't, then obviously cold call. I would probably cold call FSBOs over 60 days just to get the repetitions. Plus, they are looking to sell, so you can still follow the closer's formula on that end. And then maybe hook up with someone who has leads, and you can trade in your time for the leads. You know, I don't know. What are your thoughts, Brandon?
I agree too. Like if I had no money, I'd be calling FSBOs like you said. I would even go on market, like do the sub 2 approach where you basically try to get it sub 2, but maybe just lowball them on a cash offer. But yeah, since I do have the capital, I'm just buying leads because it takes a long time to get a deal when you're cold calling. Like if you have time and no capital, you know, definitely cold call. But like if you have the money to just buy the lead, you kind of get rid of all that other shit, right? So it's like, why cold call when you could PPC? Why PPC when you could buy the PPL, right? So it all kind of boils into the same thing. The most direct approach to lead generation is just buying the lead. There's less variables. Someone raise their hand, I want to sell, you call them, you buy it, right? But with, you know, if you don't have a lot of capital, then you got to deal with the cards you're dealt, or basically your budget you have. And, you know, if you can't afford leads, definitely cold call. If you can afford some leads, maybe get on the coupon club. So it just depends on your budget. But what else do you say? I mean, ready mode is $400 a month with my partner included. Data is $1K for a month worth. Feel like I could spend that on leads. We are state a month. Okay, yeah. So yeah, ready mode's good. I had ready mode as a dialer, but yeah, if you're just buying the leads, you don't need a dialer. You don't, like, I had all that. I had ready mode, I had batch dialer, I was calling leads, or they weren't even leads, they're just data, right? So even if you call that data, it doesn't mean they're going to turn into a lead, right? You got to call so many people. It's like a funnel. You have all these data. Then do you want to sell your house? Yes. Do you want to sell your house at a discount? Maybe. And it's like the funnel that comes down. So without the funnel, you could just buy the lead, right? But if you have not a budget, that's definitely a way to go with it. But you know, $400 a month for ready mode. You know, you got your CRM, you're pulling data, you're skip tracing, all that shit costs money. If you're good at closing, like if you and your partner are good at closing, I would just go straight for the PPL if you could afford it. And if you can't, maybe team up with someone and say, hey, you know, I'm a good closer, but I need some financial help. If someone's willing to buy the leads, I'll help close them, and we could partner on the splits. That's another way. So far, okay. So how far could those marketing dollars go toward just speed of lead? So if you're spending, like, if you just go the PPL model, you know, you're doing the speed of lead coupon club. You can also sign up for their spin the wheel. So, you know, there's at least some free money that way. So those could buy some sale leads. You could also pull, you know, eviction data, right? That's free. You don't need a dialer, you know, just pull them and call them for free. So you could diversify. You could spend money on leads, PPL. Then at the same time, you could maybe pull data in a certain market. Like, let's just say Tampa. Tampa is pretty easy to pull evictions. So you could kind of diversify. You could spend a little bit of money on leads, then you could call government data, which is free. So it kind of offsets the balance of your spend, right? So it just depends on your budget and then also your closing skills. If you're a good closer, I would shoot for PPL as much as you can. You save your time, you basically save your labor hours. But if you're learning how to close, definitely do what Caesar said. Maybe do some FISBOs, get some deals under your belt. That's kind of what I would encourage. Are you Doom's Sport? Are you how many deals have you done? Have you closed any deals? How expensive would 20 leads a month be? Depends if you get the coupon club, which they're not exclusive, but you know, you could get them down to $29 a month, or per lead, sorry, $29 per lead. So, you know, it costs money to make money. You know, I've had businesses where minimum startup fee is $30K. So if you have some money, definitely buy some leads. If you're on a budget, maybe do some sale leads. Let's see another one. How many leads per contract deal on the coupon club? I'm currently cold calling. My KPIs are low, 24 leads in 3 weeks. My original goal was 50 leads to get a contract cold calling. Let me see here. So coupon club, you'll definitely need to call a lot more leads. Let's just say if you did exclusive leads, maybe 1 out of 6 will lead to a contract. Doesn't mean it's going to get signed, but that's kind of the numbers I found. If you buy 6 exclusive leads, you'll at least have 1 deal where you send a contract where it's in the ballpark of it being a deal. You know, we were with Proper Leads for a while doing nationwide, and I was like 30 per 1% contract. So it was a lot less fruitful, but those were nationwide leads. A lot of them were rural. But yeah, usually 6 to 1. You know, you buy 6 leads, you'll get 1 contract sent. Doesn't mean it's gonna be signed, but like that's the KPIs I found. Let's see here. I just got started. I think it will be fine, but I don't feel like cold calling has been a good use of my time. Lots of mad people. Well, you got to think people are pulling the same list, right? Same list, same dialer, same number. Like it's all, everyone's doing the same thing, right? So that you're going to talk to people that are just on a list because maybe they have equity or maybe they have some bad data where it's like a foreclosure and maybe it's not a foreclosure, tax liens, stuff like that. But you know, if you could afford it, definitely call the leads. I mean, by PPL. You know, if you don't have a budget, you have to cold call. You know, maybe start with FISBOs. At least you know they want to sell a property, and you just beat them up on time on market. Be like, hey, your property's been on the market for 100 days. Like, how motivated are you to sell? Because I could buy this thing within a few weeks, but your price needs to come down. So there are free ways to do wholesaling. It's just the free way, the cheap way, you know, takes a lot longer. And to minimize that timeline, PPL is a lot better. One thing to acknowledge is, you know, if you buy a lot of like coupon club leads, that means you're going to do a lot of follow-up. So I don't buy as many leads right now because it's just me and I'm doing the follow-up. I should buy more leads. I feel like what I need to do, maybe starting next week or maybe in a couple of days, was buy the leads first, then do the follow-up, because I feel like I'm drowning in the follow-up. And that just comes with it, right? You're going to get leads that aren't motivated to sell, and you're going to call them and, you know, put them in follow-ups and, you know, do the song and dance. But maybe, well, I'm basically talking for myself, but calling the leads or buying the leads first, then get the follow-ups at the end of the day. I think that's a good approach. But yeah, if you're just getting started, I would start with the coupon leads. Let's see, I just got started. I think I'll be cold calling. Yeah, it just depends on your time. How much time do you have? If you don't have much time in the day, just buy the leads. A few leads a day. You know, maybe one or two leads a month. I mean, sorry, 1 or 2 leads a day, or maybe just one lead a day, 30 leads a month. You know, you're bound to close at least one deal. You know, if you want to do the freeway, you're gonna just spend more time. So for me, I value my time more, so I'll buy the lead, but I have capital. For people that don't have capital, you have to do the freeway. So pointless, skip tracing, stuff like that. I think I'm going to be a good closer. Oh, wait, sorry. I think I'm going to be good as closing, but still need experience since we just started. Yeah. You know, I came from sales. I was working for Salesforce, HubSpot. This is definitely a hard thing to do while you're on the phone, comping, underwriting, talking to a seller. It's very hard. And if you're new to buying leads, maybe start with the sale leads, because you will burn money fast. Like by the time you know it, you'll be like, shit, I spent $3,000, right? Just gone. So if you focus on maybe the sell leads, just getting some reps, you know, learning what a deal is, knowing when to say no, because that's the main point, you know, whether it's a sale lead or a exclusive lead, which is more money, having more experience talking to sellers, and the more experience you talk to them, or the more often you talk to them, you're going to figure out that a lot of these sellers aren't motivated, and you have to educate them on the price and the comps and why their price is too high. And, you know, if they want to go for a fast sale with an investor, they need to be lower. And you're not going to do that unless you're talking to motivated sellers. And to talk to motivated sellers, you have to buy leads. I feel like when I talk to leads that I pull, as far as like data, I don't talk to any motivated sellers, and my closing skills goes to shit. So I find out, you know, if I'm just pulling data and every now and then I'm buying a lead, my closing skills go to shit because I'm not really focused, because I'm just calling data, and, you know, it's like a needle in a haystack. But, you know, if you're talking to motivated sellers and you're talking to PPL leads, your closing skills will, you know, grow a lot faster, because every person you talk to, they're a motivated seller compared to, you know, a data, you know, pull data, like, doesn't mean they want to sell. Even evictions, right? I'll pull data, call evictions. It's good, a good pickup rate. You know, the numbers are good because it's coming from the county, but very little do they want to sell. They're dealing with eviction, but doesn't mean they want to sell. And if they do want to sell, usually it's not for a discounted price, and they go on market. But you know, it's a numbers game. One of those people might want to sell, and that cost per lead is cheap because it's free, but it costs you your time. So it just depends on what you have more of. Do you have more time, or do you have more money? That's kind of what it boils down to it. Okay, what is the best lead provider in your opinion? I have 3 deals under my belt, and I have a furniture store, so I can put some capital with no issue. I've used Speed a Lead, I've used Property Leads, and I've used LeadZolo. LeadZolo is really good. I've never had problems with their leads. They're always really good. The main point with them is their prices went a lot higher. But I do know they have a new platform where, you know, it's more of a bidding system like Property Leads. So you can get leads cheaper. It's kind of like a Speed a Lead model, but LeadZolo has always been good leads. They're just a little bit more costly. Property Leads, you know, if you're getting started, you can do some nationwide for $50. I didn't really get much deals on there because I was doing nationwide. You know, you could go state specific, but it's a little bit more money. Then you could go county specific, where it's a lot more money. But I think Property Leads is good too. It's just you gotta know your market, know your niche, and know where you're going to buy the leads. If you can afford it, go statewide, go county specific. You'll get better data, or not better data, but better leads. Speed of lead is cool because there's so many varieties. You can do fixed price mode where you set your parameters and you say, hey, I want leads in this state, this county, this niche, and they'll come in and you'll pay them, and you'll get a discount because it's preset, and you're automatically buying leads. So you could get them down to $100, or you could do the sell leads. Caesar likes to do a lot of the sell leads because he goes for volume, but he does a lot of kind of like farming where he knows they're not going to sell on the first call because 20 million wholesalers been blowing through these people, but Caesar's consistent, right? So a lot of wholesalers quit when they get a no on the first call. So you could go the sell leads, just know you're going to be buying a lot more and spending a lot more time, but it just if you have a limited budget, that's what you got to do. They also have the exclusive ones where you just pick from the market. So I feel like Speed of Lead has more varieties and more choices. But if you have some more money, I think Leadsoul is a really good platform too. We're just I'm going through the chats right now.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. But I pretty much agree with everything you said.
Yeah, I don't know. You could go the cheap way, but you'll spend more time. You could go the more expensive way, and you'll spend less time. So let's just say if you have a few hours a day to do wholesaling, like I plan to only do this for a few hours a day because I feel like I want to concentrate my time. So a few hours a day, I'm only going to call PPL leads, exclusive leads. Maybe if I could get them on sale with flash sales, that's what I'm going to do because I want to be targeted on my time. If you have all the time in the world but no money, then pull data, cold call, FSBOs. It just depends on your budget pretty much. But yeah, these are all great questions, guys and gals. How long are you gonna go, Caesar?
I actually probably gonna get off soon because I gotta get with my team, take care of some of the dispo deals that we have in the pipe. I'm just trying to get as many as possible in before the holidays because, as we all know, it just dries up. Holidays in January, and I just want to be able to eat.
Right.
Yeah.
You got family or anything coming in, or friends for the holidays, like Thanksgiving stuff?
No, so I'm gonna stay here with my family in San Diego. So I'll be here for pretty much the rest of the year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
the same area. Was it like Mira Mesa or something like that?
So my one of my brothers live in Mira Mesa. That's where my mom's staying at, and then the other one is in East Lake, so Chula Vista. So I'll just be going between the two from time to time.
Nice. Well, yeah, dude. When you're up here by the gas line, let me know, man.
Yeah, for sure. Let's definitely hang out this time. Because last time I was here, I was only here for like a couple of weeks, but yeah, this time I have a little bit more. Wait, you guys are leaving though? When are you guys going to Hawaii?
Oh yeah, we're going to Hawaii December 15th. Then
December 15th.
Yeah, then we're going to Boston. Kathy just said today they have a work thing out there, so they're paying for all the trips. So I was like, "Fuck it, let's go to Boston for a day or two
before Hawaii."
I think we'll go to Boston, then we'll come back, then we'll go to Hawaii, then we'll come back. Then I think we want to go to where we get fucking Vietnam. We want to go to Indonesia. No, not Indonesia. Sorry, Dubai. We'll go to Dubai.
Nice.
And Thailand. Then we'll come back.
Okay.
So we'll do like a 2-month Asia trip, I think.
Nice. Awesome, man.
Have you been out that way at all?
Sounds like a lot of fun. No, the only thing I've done in Asia is the Philippines. Haven't really done a whole lot of Asian trips.
I think Asian trips are fun because it's cheap out there. Your money goes a lot further.
Yep.
Like, fuck America.
Yep. Absolutely, man.
Have you been to Europe at all?
Yeah.
Europe is
Paris. I love France. Last year we were supposed to do Rome and
oh, you have to go to Rome, dude. Oh my god.
I missed that one, so
Rome is awesome, dude, because like I don't know, like it's just so cool. Like me and Kathy were there. Let's just say 2 o'clock in the morning, right? You could walk around Rome at 2 o'clock in the morning. People are out the fountain. People are out all these like museums, like not like in them because they're closed, of course, but people are outside dancing. And you know, we went to like the Capitol building. We're just drinking a beer right there on the steps. Like it's so chill. Everywhere you go, you turn around,
Yeah.
you're like, holy shit, that's cool. Like there's so much cool shit to see.
Yeah.
Like it's just so fun out there. It's just like a vibe, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
All
Portugal's
right,
pretty fun.
and let's reconvene tomorrow. I get in early, so I'll probably do my own like early in the morning, and then
Sweet.
maybe after Titanium, I'll hop onto your call, kind of like what we did today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for a few hours. That'd be cool.
Yep. Dude, you know what
Yeah.
I found, by the way, as far
What up?
I don't know if you knew this on StreamYard.
Mhm.
If you have a recording anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours,
Okay.
they have the AI generated where they'll go through your whole call and they'll generate like 2 to 3 short videos out of your whole entire call.
Oh, really?
It's
That's
actually
pretty cool.
really good. It's really good because they'll put a title too.
That's pretty cool. It reminds me of I think it's a software called Opius or something like that. It's similar where you drop a YouTube link in there, and it'll view the video, then it'll cut it up for you into like
Yeah.
cool like Instagram shit, you know.
Yeah.
So
So I was
StreamYard
like, all
has
right,
their own
so
AI in it. That's pretty
yeah.
cool.
So now I'm like, all right, all my live calls are gonna be less than 2 hours, just so that I can get all those little tiny ones that you can easily just post on short videos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I tried some of them. Some of them were like, it was perfect. It had like
All
the
right.
perfect title. It was like the perfect message, everything. And I was like, yeah, I'm like, I like
Because
this.
sometimes the AI chops it up and it's just weird and like,
Yeah,
but if their AI is good and it's they teach it pretty well, like that's pretty cool.
it's pretty good so far, dude. So,
Nice, dude.
so
That's
try
cool,
it
man.
like the next couple of days because it'll tell you when we're just chit chatting versus you're on a call, and it'll pick
All
it
right.
up. Yeah, I'll pick it up. It'll be like live call versus if let's say we're talking about negotiating, then they'll cut
All
it
right.
up and they'll title it price negotiations.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
dope.
really, really cool.
That's crazy.
And
Like
so
AI
each
is
one is a
gnarly.
minute long
That's pretty cool. Like for reels.
for reels and shorts. Yep.
Oh,
Exactly.
because like quick point. I forgot his name. I think it's like Bo something. He's like in finance. He's like a crypto guy. I watch him a lot. He's big into not MLM, but like just marketing stuff. But he says that he'll do a podcast. So he's like, I'm in town. I'm doing a bunch of podcasts, and he records these podcasts, but he clips them up, and those clips are good for so much shelf life, right? You can take a clip and use it forever, right? So he was saying like you have this big stream like a podcast, and you cut it up to different clips, right? So you could, push it out there, push it out there, push it out there, and he'll purpose those clips because they're still relevant in the future. So like,
Yep.
having those clips, they don't have a shelf life. You could keep
Yep.
using them and recycling them. And with AI being able to, because I like the lives, because doing a recording or a video is hard. There's a lot of stuff goes on in between to make it a production or whatever. But doing a live, then having AI go in there and edit it for you, it just makes it quicker, and you're able to post. Like Tyler's always posting stuff, you're always posting stuff, and that's due to like the AI helping you clip it up.
Well, no, lately, no. So everything that I've been posting up, I've been doing it myself. I just found this out like a couple of weeks ago. So some of the shorts that I have are from it, but the majority of my shorts were the ones that I did myself. But since I found it out, I'm like, holy moly, like I need
You
to
could
start
do
doing
more.
Yeah, so I'm like 2 hours tops. And then I don't mind doing like maybe 2 or 3 different live for 2 hours a piece for the
Chop
day,
them up.
as long as I can just get someone like the AI to chop it up for me and come up with a couple of reels that's relevant. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I'm gonna do that. All right, cool, man. I gotta get going. Thank you guys.
I'm here, man.
Appreciate it. See you guys tomorrow.
See you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.